What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Listen, man, we got two stories right here I want to talk about. We got one guy, man, who's got killed over some French fries, and one guy just flossing by posting fake money. Yeah, posting fake money. Both cases, crazy situation, man. Let's look at news report and get my reaction. Let's get into it, man.
An 18-year-old accused of killing a friend after a disagreement over food is now in custody 2 weeks after the shooting.
LaMarcus Darden Jr. is accused of shooting Jarvis Davis at a Fort Worth apartment after Davis would not share his French fries.
You got to have something wrong with you in the mind to want to pull out a gun because your friend didn't want to give you a French fry, which is crazy. Now, I don't know if the guy or whatever, but want to do something sensible like that, that's crazy, man, especially your friend at that as well.
Fox 4's Peyton Yeager spoke to the victim's mom today. Peyton.
Steve, and multiple people witnessed this shooting inside of an apartment, including children. So Fort Worth police tell me they were confident in who they were looking for. We now know this 18-year-old suspect was tracked down all the way to Tyler, Texas. That's about 140 miles away from Fort Worth. He was tracked down to a hotel. Fort Worth police tell me it's possible he has family in that area, but he's now back in North Texas. That suspect is at the Tarrant County Jail tonight.
It's so senseless.
Senseless. That's how Sharika Kennedy describes the murder of her son.
Why? Now that's the question. Why? No, my baby was probably genuinely his friend. My baby wasn't expecting him to shoot him. Everybody in the house was like, they thought he was joking about the fries.
19-year-old Jarvis Davis shot and killed inside this West Fort Worth apartment near Camp Bowie in 820 back on January 28th. Witnesses told police a group just got back from grabbing food at Wingstop when there was an argument. Investigators say Davis didn't share his fries with the suspect, later identified as 18-year-old LaMarcus Darden.
My son's girlfriend was laying on his lap at the time of it, and she said she just heard a glass break. A gunshot and a glass break.
Fort Worth police say Darden pulled out a handgun, shot Davis in the head, and took off from the complex. He was tracked down nearly 2 weeks later. Kennedy, a mother of 8, now with a missing piece in her family and frustrated considering she says her son and Darden were friends.
How it happened is just, I'm never going to be okay with that. I'm never going to be okay with that.
And Darden transferred to the Tarrant County Jail yesterday. He is charged with murder. This evening, we reached out to his attorney. They got back to us. The attorney tells us he's not ready to make a public statement at this time.
It's wild and sad. You know what I'm saying? They both was like 18. Them kids, they was kids. You know what I mean? And they still had a ahead of them and stuff like that. You know, but want to pull out the gun and kill your friend over a French fry? Like, I don't know if the guy didn't have no money, but I know they went out and stuff like that. Like, that is crazy. Now, I don't know if the guy homeless or what the situation was, but in your mindset, you want to pull out a gun and shoot your friend in the head. Like, that is crazy. Like, in today's society, man, I don't know what's going on, but it's like a lot of these young kids, man, they get these firearms, so they post it online and stuff like that. And next thing you know, you got a guy right here who's supposed to be that's his friend. You know what I'm saying? How can you call it your friend if you gonna pull out a gun on him? You know what I mean? Doing something like that right there, that don't make you a friend. That mean, like, you know what? I got this powerful weapon on me. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But over fries, that's crazy. Like, it's sad, man. And you can tell the mother right there in her emotion right there, it seemed like she already been crying a lot, and she come online and didn't really show too much raw emotion, but you kind of can tell that, you know what, she cried a lot. You know what I mean? She cried a lot, and just losing somebody, a son, you know what I'm saying? And she got a lot of kids already, but losing a kid over French fry, like, you really don't hear a stories like that right there. You know what I'm saying? Crazy situation, man. But listen, let's get to the next topic.
Now to a Fox 59 crime tracker alert. An Indianapolis man is back home recovering after being shot and wounded. Now to a Fox 59 crime tracker alert. An Indianapolis man is back home recovering after being shot and wounded during a home invasion that's happening on the west side of the city.
This is a wild story. Fox 59's Jesse Wells spoke with the victim, who explains firsthand what led to that violence.
The victim spent the last few days in the hospital after being shot in the back of the neck inside his own home here behind me. Luckily, that victim survived his injuries and lived to tell the tale. He says the violence all started with a post on social media. Early Monday morning, two armed thieves stormed into a West Side home intent on robbing a 64-year-old man as he slept.
He said, "Where the money at? Where the money at? I seen what you posted on Facebook. Where the money at?"
Anthony says 2 days before the attempted robbery, someone called him broke on social media, so he posted this picture of a stack of cash from an old...
Wow, that right there is crazy. So you a grown old man, you want to try to flex online. No, it's will do anything to harm you just to get money. You know what I'm saying? It's snowing outside. Doesn't matter if it's snowing outside and stuff like that. People still gonna do what they gotta do to harm you to get that money. And your crazy tail gonna post something like that online. That is crazy, man.
old Facebook memory, only to find himself explaining to his attacker that it wasn't his money.
I kept trying to beat in his head that it was fake. I said, "Man, it was a prank. It was fake."
Anthony says when the intruders realized there wasn't a pile of cash hidden inside the home here on Patricia Street, they didn't just leave. Instead, after repeatedly pistol whipping and choking him, one of the suspects shot him execution style in the back of the neck.
He just stuck the gun straight to the back of my head and pulled the trigger. I couldn't believe it. You know, over a fake post. Came out right there. I couldn't believe it, man.
The bullet...
Wow, that's crazy. He's very lucky. Like he's a very lucky man. It's just an old man like that right there want to post something online. Okay, nothing gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
exited through Anthony's chest. Shortly after the suspects fled, police showed up and rushed Anthony to the hospital in critical condition, unsure if he'd survive.
I said to myself, I'm about to die over a fake post. That's what I was saying to myself.
Although the police report includes very few details, Anthony recalls the suspects announced themselves as police during the break-in and even wore tactical vests.
They had a bulletproof vest on with the jacket, with the police on both sides, front and back.
Anthony just hopes the suspects are caught because if they're willing to kill over this pile of old cash, who knows what else they'll do.
That wasn't even called for. He didn't have to do all that. Once he found out it wasn't real, he should have just left.
So far, no arrests have been made in this case, but as always, anyone with information on this shooting can still contact either IMPD or Crime Stoppers. Jesse Wells, Fox 59.
Wow, man. Like, he said them guys had on police vests. It's like, I'm wondering where they get those from. Like, oh, these guys who have technical vests on. Now, we done seen, like, recently I made a video maybe like a couple months ago about some guys dressed up as UPS workers. They went to this house and tried to rob these people, thinking there's some drugs or money, but originally wasn't nothing in there. And next thing you know, they killed the whole family. It was the dad, the son, and the mother, and it was just a little baby left. They didn't kill the baby, luckily, but still, that situation was wild. But you know, you got a guy right here who's an older gentleman, real old, and it's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like now you really realize at his age, you would think like, dude, look how old you is. Like somebody call you broke that don't even know you. And that's one thing about social media and stuff like that in society, that somebody posts something online, you don't gotta comment. You know what I'm saying? Me and myself, like my videos, I'm not a big YouTuber or whatever, but I do get some crazy comments. And sometimes I do go back because I like to debate and I also like to talk junk myself. But then again, I'm like, you know what? While I'm going back and forth with somebody that don't even know me, I don't even know them. And sometimes they don't even have a YouTube page. They just got a account just to comment on. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy situation, man. But like he should have known better to do something like that right there, just to flex. And now you really realize that, listen, oh man, you know what? I really made a mistake. And he's lucky to be alive, man. Crazy situation. These both stories is wild. But listen, y'all tell me what y'all think about both of these stories, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.